Hello, everybody, and welcome to Valiant Victories with Benny Decker. Yeah, are you excited about Book of Shadows? Ooh, I know I'm excited. But I figured a good way to get you excited, if you're not, is to talk about some of the characters that are going to be featured in Book of Shadows. It's very exciting. So, Book of Shadows. Oh, I got it right here. Yeah, Book of Shadows. It's got a bunch of characters. There's the Eternal Warrior, Gilad Anipada. There's Persephone, who's a very new character, Dr. Mirage, Punk Mambo, and Shadow Man. And I figured we'd start out with the big guy up there himself, Gilad Anipana, the Eternal Warrior. Yeah. So this is hopefully going to be a new new reader-friendly kind of video. But if you've read all these things, that's even better, because then you can comment below and be like, Batty, you forgot to say this and this, all this stuff. And you can tell me all your favorites. You can say, oh, that one is, I don't know about that. But yeah, so this video is for everybody. Yay! So just to get you excited about Book of Shadows. So we'll start out with a little bit about Gilad Anipada. He is one of three brothers. Oh, this is from the Archer and Armstrong Deluxe. I'll give you a show there. So there he is right there. So, yes, he and his brothers are from ancient times. What happened was they ended up going to this place called the Faraway, and sort of like a different kind of dimension, different realm thing. And they find the boon, which is this mysterious thing. Ooh, I'm flipping. Oh, here it is, right there. Yeah, and it sort of gives them powers. So yeah. So what happens is, yeah, Armstrong. If you've heard of him, he's the main character, one of the main characters in Archer and Armstrong. He's the big guy there. So he's the big brother there. So he can heal himself. Yeah, and he's been alive for thousands of years. Ivar, he's called Ivar the Time Walker. Yeah, there is a series about him. He's able to go backwards and forwards through time. And the Eternal Warrior, Gilad Anipada, he is the other brother. Very important. He becomes the Fist and Steel. That's what they call him. He works with a geomancer. So the geomancer is a person that the earth sort of speaks through. And Gilad, he needs to help protect the geomancer and help the geomancer with whatever they think needs to happen for the earth. So there we go. Some of Gilad's powers, he seems to be very strong, and he's been alive for thousands of years, so he's seen many battles. He's a tactical genius. He knows about weaponry. He seems to have a strength and endurance. And when he dies, he can die, but then he is brought back to life. And he ages, but very slowly. We'll see later in one of the other books. It's the year 4000. There we go. And he's still alive, and then he's got a big white beard. So it takes him a long time to age. But there we go. So there's some of his powers and abilities. But I figured we'd go through some of the books that he's featured in. This is not going to be comprehensive. I'm sure I'm going to forget a bunch of stuff. So if you have read more things, you want to add it, put it down below. But this will give you a good overview, especially if you're new. I'll try to steer you in the right directions. Where would be a good place to start if you want to learn more about the Eternal Warrior. So in the 2012 Valiant relaunch, this is the deluxe version of Archer and Armstrong. But you don't need to get the deluxe one. You can just get the trades. They're pretty easy to find. And if you want to find out where Gilad started out in Valiant here, it was in issue 5 here of Archer and Armstrong. That's the second trade. It's called Wrath of the Eternal Warrior, Volume 2 of Archer and Armstrong. Wrath of the Eternal Warrior is also the name of a series that we're going to talk about later. Ooh, I'm excited about that one. But yeah, so if you want to see, that's how his costume started out. It was a weird kind of like blue jumpsuit thing. They ended up redesigning it, which I think was a good idea. But yeah, that's if you want to get more about Gilad and Ivar and Armstrong, yeah, check out this series, Archer and Armstrong from 2012, written by Fred Van Lente. Hope that's how you say it. But if you're very brand new, do you need to go back that far? No, you don't have to. If you just want to get a jump start into Gilead, the Eternal Warrior, so you're ready for Book of Shadows, you don't need to read this yet, but you absolutely should. It's one of my absolute favorite series, Archer and Armstrong. So that's one way you could start, but you don't have to. You could skip that for now. But please go back and read it. All right. The next series, this one, is featuring the Eternal Warrior, pretty hard and heavy there. Here we go. It's a 3-volume set here. The Eternal Warrior, Sword of the Wild. Eternal Emperor is volume 2 there. And then they call that volume 3, Eternal Warrior, Days of Steel. So, in my opinion, you could skip these. You could skip all 3 of these. They're good stories. My disclaimer, all Valiant, I think, is worth reading, but a lot of people, they say, oh, what should I read if I'm going to read Valiant? Check it out. They go, everything! Read everything! Oh my goodness, read everything! But, like, you could skip these. Especially this one, it's a good story, but it goes through, and it's got 2 of Gilead's children who, in 10 years, they have never come back to discuss any of these characters. It's sort of one of those dangling plot threads that just is still dangling. So really, you could skip it. This one here, the Eternal Emperor. So this gets into the year 4000. I won't do the falsetto again. But yeah, let me see. Oh, you can see him there. There's Gilead there. He's got his big white beard. So to really understand this character and what's going on in modern times, you don't need to read this yet. But it's definitely worth checking out. This story here, I can't remember when it's set, but Days of Steel. So just a good tale of Gilead doing his thing. It's not a modern story, so really, again, skip it for now. You could come back to it later, though. All right. I was going through my trades and go, I see Gilead on this one. So here's another story. This is from Matt Kint's Ninjak run. This is volume 5. So this goes into, if you've ever heard of Ninjak, yeah, he's another, let me see. I took him down. I was going to say, I had him up on the wall. He's this cool ninja character, but this is a story when he's a little older. And it also has Gilead, the Eternal Warrior. Again, is this a story that you should read right now? No, definitely check it out later. It's a good story, but maybe if you are very interested in Ninjak, you read through the whole series, and then you get to this one when you hit number 5. So for now, you could skip it, but definitely a good one. All right, now this series here, The Valiant. This is almost required reading, I would say, for any new person or anybody really. If you haven't read it in a while, take it out. So this is, as you can see from the cover, it's got a lot of characters. This is an ensemble piece, similar to Book of Shadows. But yeah, there's Gilead there, and there's Kay McHenry, one of the geomancers that he works with, and Bloodshot and Armstrong. So yeah, this series, it's got a lot of heroes in there. I picked that page there. Yeah, you can see. So this is not necessarily a Gilead-only story, but it does get into how he gets his scars. He has 3 scars on his face. So if you want to know how that happens, you can read The Valiant. Do you need to read this? Honestly, do you need to read any of these to get into Book of Shadows? No. If you want to, let me check these out. You could just dive right into Book of Shadows. You'll be good to go. But if you're new, this is a great way to see, what's this Bloodshot guy about? What's that, and you get a little taste for everybody. Great story, great way for you to start reading Valiant. The Valiant by, isn't this Jeff Lemire, Matt Kint, art by Paulo Rivera. Oh my goodness. Yes, this is, highly recommend this one here. All right, the next one here, this is another event. This is Book of Death. Very good story. It's got a new geomancer there, Tama. So another geomancer that Gilead works with. I won't get into the details. This is a great one. I really enjoy it. Ooh, it's shiny. Ooh, it's shiny. Do you need to read this now? No, I would definitely, if you're brand new, I wouldn't read this one quite yet. It's a good one to check out, but save it for later. Very good story, though. Now here we go, the main event. This one here. Oh, this is my favorite. This I'd say is one of the most underrated Valiant books to date. This is Wrath of the Eternal Warrior. Yes, it's a 3-trade series here. So if you remember my review of Exo Manowar by the Sword, the first series of Exo Manowar that started everything there at Valiant in 2012. Yeah, it was written by Robert Venditti. So this series is also written by Robert Venditti. I went back and reread just this first trade, and I was thinking, oh, I'll do a review of that. But really, the review would just be like me going, oh my goodness, oh, the art, oh, it's so beautiful, oh, the story, oh, look at that. But this story, it's about Gilad. You really get to know about him as a person. He had a family, and he ends up, it gets into what happens when he dies and comes back to life. It's not just a matter of, and then, like, ooh, he's got to go through a lot to come back to life. Now that I'm a father, I have my 5 kids. Oh, it's got Gilad and his children. They're different children from that first series, so you skip that first one. But oh my goodness, he's got a children and a wife. And it's got it's all these heartfelt moments of him being a father, juxtaposed. Ooh, how about that word? With this brutal, violent, bloody. Ooh, he's got to battle his way through. So it's got heart. It's got action. It's got just about everything you need. You really get to find out what makes him tick. Yes. Oh, highly, highly, highly recommend. Even if you only get to just the first one, but really read the whole series. It is a blast, and it's going to really give you a good idea of who Gilad, the Eternal Warrior, is. So highly, highly, highly recommend. And also on a recommend for current Valiant, this is one of the more current stories here with the Eternal Warrior. And this one is with Tama. Oh, give me just a minute there, boy. Okay. But yeah, he's going through, it's another kind of story. So if you want to see a more recent story of what Gilad has been up to, this is a good one here. There's also a Valiant Kickstarter. I don't know if you got that, but it's going to be another story with Gilad and Tama. That should be out, I think, this fall. Ooh, I backed it. I can't wait. It's one of those like, oh yeah, I can't remember. I put in my money, and then eventually it just shows up. Oh, it's like Christmas. But so there you go. Yes, another recommend if you want to get your feet wet on what Gilad is up to now. So there you go. There's a bunch of recommendations. I know that's not everything that Gilad has been in. There's been a couple of one-shots here and a couple of guest spots here and there. But that should get you ready. So as I said before, do you need if you're brand new to read any of these to enjoy Book of Shadows? No, you can get right in. I'm sure they're gonna let you know. But if you are interested in the Eternal Warrior, Gilad Anipada, yes, my recommendations, I would say start with Wrath of the Eternal Warrior if you want him specifically, or Incursion if you want to see what he's up to now, and the Valiant if you want to get like a taste for a lot of different Valiant heroes. So those would be my top 3 ways to get you started. But there you go. So let me know. Are you excited for Book of Shadows? Are you gonna be a first time? Are you a first time reader? Oh, it'd be so cool. But who knows? Maybe not. But let me know. I'm very, very excited. I hope you are too. If you have any questions about the Eternal Warrior, you could ask me, and then I'll ask somebody who knows. But anyway. But if you do have any questions or want to say anything, any video suggestions, saying, boo, stop these, you can write to valiantvictories@gmail.com, Valiant Victory, or Victory on Twitter. There you go. But stay valiant. There you go. And I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.